What if you could stop living in your head? Have you ever felt like your mind is constantly racing, thinking about the past, worrying about the future, or replaying conversations over and over again? Now imagine this. What if you could quiet that mental chatter and experience life as it unfolds right now? That's exactly what Eckhart Tolle teaches in The Power of Now. This isn't just a spiritual guide, it's a practical roadmap to living fully in the present moment and finding peace, joy, and clarity along the way. Introduction. Why we're stuck in our heads. Let's face it, modern life is overwhelming. Between school, relationships, social media, and endless responsibilities, it's easy to feel scattered, stressed, or disconnected. But here's the truth. Most of our suffering doesn't come from external circumstances. It comes from our thoughts. In The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle explains how we can free ourselves from the grip of our minds and live with presence, awareness, and purpose. This audiobook summary will walk you through Tolle's profound insights, breaking them down into simple, actionable steps. Whether you're looking to reduce anxiety, improve focus, or simply feel more alive, these teachings will help you reconnect with the power of the present moment. Chapter 1. The Pain of Thinking Your Mind is Not Your Friend. One of Tolle's core ideas is that our minds are often the source of our suffering. While thinking is essential for problem solving and planning, unchecked thoughts can spiral into worry, regret, or fear. Why thoughts cause suffering? Think about it. When you dwell on a mistake you made last week, you relive the pain even though the event is long gone. When you obsess about a future exam, you create stress before anything has happened. Both scenarios pull you away from the present moment, the only place where life actually happens. Real-life example. Imagine a student stressing about an upcoming test. They might spend hours imagining worst-case scenarios instead of studying effectively. Their mind becomes a prison, trapping them in cycles of anxiety, and doubt. Key takeaway: much of our pain comes not from reality, but from our thoughts about reality. Chapter 2. Awakening to Presence, Living Fully in the Now. Tolle introduces the concept of presence, the state of being fully aware and engaged in the current moment without judgment or distraction. Living in the now allows us to access inner peace and clarity. How presence works. Presence means paying attention to what's happening right now, not ruminating on the past or obsessing about the future. For example, instead of scrolling Instagram during dinner, you savor the taste of your food, and enjoy the company around you. Benefits of presence: reduces stress and anxiety, enhances creativity and focus, deepens connections with others. Example: a musician who practices mindfulness while playing focuses entirely on the sound, rhythm, and feeling of the music. This presence elevates their performance and brings them joy. Practical application: the next time you catch yourself lost in thought, gently bring your attention back to the present moment. Notice your breath, the sounds around you, or the sensation of your feet touching the ground. Chapter 3. The ego or false self. Who are you without your story? Tolle explains that much of our identity is tied to our ego, a collection of labels, memories, and beliefs about ourselves. The ego thrives on comparison, judgment, and attachment, keeping us stuck in patterns of negativity. Understanding the ego. For instance, someone might define themselves as smart based on grades or unpopular because of social dynamics. These labels shape how they see themselves and interact with the world, but they aren't the truth of who they are. Breaking free from the ego. To transcend the ego, ask yourself, who am I beyond my story? Instead of identifying with achievements or failures, connect with your essence, the part of you that exists independently of external validation. Key takeaway: you are not your thoughts, emotions, or labels. Discovering your true self begins with letting go of the ego's illusions. Chapter 4. Embracing Stillness, find peace in silence. Tolle emphasizes the importance of stillness, a space of quiet within ourselves where we can rest and recharge. In a noisy, fast-paced world, cultivating stillness is revolutionary. Why stillness matters. Stillness provides a refuge from the chaos of daily life. It allows us to reconnect with our inner wisdom and intuition. Many great thinkers, artists, and leaders have relied on moments of silence to spark inspiration. Creating space for stillness. Spend a few minutes each day sitting quietly without distractions. Practice deep breathing exercises to calm your nervous system. Turn off devices and immerse yourself in nature. Example: a writer struggling with writer's block might step away from their desk and take a walk in the park. The stillness clears their mind and sparks new ideas. Practical application. Start small. Set aside 5 minutes today to sit in silence. Focus on your breath and observe any thoughts without engaging with them. Chapter 5. Acceptance versus resistance. Embrace what is. One of Tolle's most transformative teachings is the power of acceptance. Resisting what is creates unnecessary suffering, while accepting it opens the door to peace. What does acceptance look like? Acceptance doesn't mean liking everything or giving up. It means acknowledging reality as it is without fighting against it. For example, if it rains on the day of your picnic, resistance won't change the weather, but acceptance lets you adapt gracefully. Overcoming resistance. Notice when you're resisting something, e.g., traffic jams, bad grades. Shift your perspective by asking, what can I learn from this? Let go of the need to control outcomes. Example: a runner injured during training might initially resist recovery time, fearing lost progress. By accepting the injury and focusing on rehabilitation, they return stronger than before. Key takeaway: peace comes not from changing circumstances, but from changing your relationship to them. Chapter 6. The voice in your head. Observe your thoughts. Tolle challenges readers to become aware of the constant stream of thoughts running through their minds. He calls this internal monologue the voice in your head. Why awareness matters. Most people identify so closely with their thoughts that they believe every thought is true. However, many thoughts are repetitive, negative, or irrelevant. Observing them creates distance and reduces their power. How to observe thoughts. Imagine watching clouds drift across the sky. Treat your thoughts the same way. Observe them without judgment. Label thoughts as they arise. This is fear. This is doubt. This is doubt. Naming them diminishes their intensity. Example: a student preparing for exams might notice anxious thoughts like, "I'll never pass this test." Instead of believing these thoughts, they acknowledge them as mere mental noise and refocus on studying. Practical application: when you notice negative or distracting thoughts, pause and say, "I'm having a thought." This simple act separates you from the thought and weakens its hold. Chapter 7. Surrendering to life. Let go of control. Tolle teaches that surrender isn't weakness, it's strength. Surrendering means releasing the illusion of control and trusting the flow of life. What surrender feels like? Surrender involves relaxing into uncertainty and allowing things to unfold naturally. For example, instead of micromanaging every detail of a project, trust that effort combined with openness will lead to success. Overcoming fear of surrender. Recognize areas where you cling to control, e.g., perfectionism, planning. Practice letting go of minor decisions, like choosing what to wear or eat. Trust that life supports you, even when outcomes differ from expectations. Example: an athlete competing in a race might prepare thoroughly, but also surrender to the outcome. This balance of preparation and trust maximizes performance. Key takeaway: surrendering to life frees you from unnecessary struggle and aligns you with universal flow. Chapter 8. finding joy in the ordinary, magic lives in the mundane. Tolle reminds us that extraordinary experiences aren't required for happiness. Joy can be found in the simplest moments when we pay attention. Cultivating appreciation. Slow down and notice details you'd normally overlook, like the texture of leaves or the warmth of sunlight. Express gratitude for everyday blessings, such as food, shelter, or loved ones. Example: a teenager rushing through chores might resent cleaning their room. By slowing down and appreciating the process, they transform a mundane task into a grounding ritual. Practical application. Each day, choose one ordinary activity, brushing teeth, washing dishes, and perform it mindfully. Notice textures, smells, and sensations. Chapter 9. Relationships and presence connect through consciousness. Tolle highlights how presence transforms relationships. When we show up fully for others, conflicts dissolve and deeper connections form. Being present in relationships. Listen actively without interrupting or planning responses. Avoid projecting past grievances onto current interactions. Example: a friend venting about a tough day might feel heard and supported if you listen attentively rather than offering unsolicited advice. Key takeaway: true connection happens when we meet others with presence and compassion. Chapter 10. Overcoming fear. Fear dissolves in the light of awareness. Fear stems from identification with the mind and its projections. Tolle explains that shining light on fear disarms it. Facing fear. Acknowledge fear without amplifying it. Ask, is this fear real or is it imagined? Replace fearful thoughts with affirmations of safety and abundance. Example: a public speaker nervous about an upcoming presentation might remind themselves, I am safe, prepared, and capable. Practical application. When fear arises, breathe deeply and repeat, I am safe in this moment. Ground yourself in the present. Chapter 11. Living authentically align with your inner truth. Tolle encourages readers to live authentically by following their inner guidance rather than external pressures. Discovering authenticity. Reflect on activities that make you feel alive and aligned. Act courageously, even if it means deviating from societal norms. Example: a student passionate about art might pursue creative studies despite parental pressure to enter a practical field. Key takeaway: authenticity arises when you honor your inner truth above all else. Conclusion: your journey begins now. Here's the takeaway. The power to transform your life lies in the present moment. By embracing stillness, observing thoughts, and living consciously, you unlock boundless peace and potential. Reflection. Why this book matters for you. The power of now isn't just about spirituality, it's about reclaiming your life. Whether you want to reduce stress, deepen relationships, or find clarity, these principles offer timeless wisdom. As Eckhart Tolle reminds us, life is now. There was never a time when your life was not now, nor will there ever be. So go ahead, step into the now, and let it transform you.